Welcome back to Simple Human Design. I'm Charlie, and I want to talk to you guys today all about how to reclaim your energy using human design. So, this is actually going to be speaking a lot to non-sacral beings. So, we're going to talk a lot about projectors, manifestors, and reflectors today. But you sacral beings also can use the human design system to reclaim your energy as well. And I think that for projectors specifically, obviously that's come from my own personal lived experience. I think this is really, really important because there's a lot of content out there in the world about how projectors should just be lying down and not doing anything. Right? Waiting for the invitation, and waiting has that negative connotation to it because waiting, people just think that that is passive. Waiting is passive, but it's not. So I'd love to dive in to the not self of the undefined sacral to start off with, to help you to understand why you may have got yourself to a place where things are looking like they're heading to burnout. Things are, tired and fatigued and everything. So, if you're an undefined sacral, your not self for the undefined sacral is when is enough enough. So you don't know, you don't have conscious awareness of when enough is enough. So you don't know when enough work is enough. You don't know when enough food potentially is enough. You don't know when enough exercise is enough. And it's really important to kind of bring this into your awareness because once you do, you can then start reclaiming your energy. So I want to talk a little bit about my own journey with this. So as a projector, I was highly conditioned to go, go, go and do, and work and work and work. I was working 10 to 12-hour days in my corporate marketing job, and I was pushing to prove my worth. It's like a little story that I always tell. I was always pushing to prove my worth. And I thought that my worth equaled the amount of work that I was doing. I was also commuting quite a long way at one point as well. And I basically had a life where all I was doing was getting up at 6 a.m., getting home at 7 p.m., and then I was just not able to do anything in my life because I literally just didn't have the energy. So every evening and every weekend I would be so tired that I just couldn't do anything. And my husband and I had moved house recently, which is why I was commuting so far. And I didn't feel as though I was living in this new city. I didn't feel as though I could enjoy it. I didn't feel as though I could make friends and go out and do things. And it was a really, really dark time in my life because all I was doing was working. And even as a sacral being, that life would not have been very good. It would not have been very good in the sense that it wouldn't have lit you up. It wouldn't have lit me up if I was a sacral being. So I started to really come into this awareness that, enough is enough and I need to not work as much when I found the human design system in 2020. Now, of course, in 2020, we were all in lockdown, weren't we? So I wasn't commuting anymore. And I must admit, my life drastically changed when we went into lockdown because I was on my own a lot. I mean, yes, my husband was around, but I was spending a lot of time, either with him or alone. And I was able to start creating a work schedule that started really working for me. And then when I found the human design system, that started even more coming into play as well. And I did this thing quite a bit where I really sort of like put pressure on myself to hit deadlines. And that meant that I literally would work. So let's say I had the weekend off and I didn't do anything at the weekend, as you're, not supposed to do. So I was completely relaxed and energized and everything by Monday morning. Monday morning rolls along and I'm like, oh yay, I've got loads of energy again because I've relaxed and yay, awesome. And then I'd work 8 hours. And then guess what? On Tuesday, I would feel awful because I've done too much work the day before. Now, granted, at the time, I also had an issue with adrenal fatigue, with my thyroid, and I was really working through that as well. So if you're a projector and you're listening to that and you're thinking, well, I can work 8 hours and be fine the next day. Fair enough. I think my adrenal fatigue was an issue. So I was very, very up and down with my energy when I found Human Design. It was very much like, yes, I have energy, but then I have to rest for 2 days. Yes, I have energy, but then I have to rest for 2 days. And eventually, because of this conscious awareness that I didn't know when enough was enough, but bringing it to my conscious awareness helped me understand that, I was able to put measures into place to help me say, okay, you need to stop working now. And believe me, if you are conditioned to work, and just do all the time, it is one of the most difficult things to give up. It's like an addiction. But as soon as you bring conscious awareness to it, you can start, one, having compassion for yourself. So if you do overwork, okay, what are we going to do next time, Charlie? What are we going to change about this? And, when you do have that insight of, I've been working for 4 hours and I really should get up right now, then things start happening, things start falling into place. One of the other little tools that I have for you as well with reclaiming your energy, and again, this is for every type, and I will come on to, more sacral stuff in a bit anyway, is I like to think of the way that we expend our energy in different ways. Okay, so work isn't the only way that we expend energy. We also have, so that would be mental. We also have physical ways of expending energy. And if we are spiritual, there's also a spiritual way that we can expend energy, and then also emotional as well. And this might be part of, being a part of a community or being with a partner or anything like that. So there's different ways of, expending your energy. Now, the way that I like to talk about this is, let's say you have spent 4 hours in your mental energy, so that's your work. What other energy types, physical, emotional, spiritual, etc., what other energy expenditure types can you now do after you've done all your work, right? It might be that you take an hour out and you do some physical energy and then you come back, because mixing up these energies is going to really, really help you have a really aligned, thriving, easeful, flowing life. So if you're somebody who is worried that, okay, 4 hours of work is not enough, take a look at these energy expenditures and tell yourself, okay, I'm going to do 4 hours of mental work now, but then I'm also going to do 1 hour physical, or I'm going to do 1 hour of, meditation, or I don't know, I wouldn't ever meditate for an hour, but it could be that you have an hour where you're just, I don't know, dancing or wandering around the house, or a bit of yoga and a bit of meditation or reading a book or something. And this change in the way that you're expending your energy is going to light you up if you're sacral, and it's going to help you to reclaim your energy as a non-sacral. Now, a couple of sacral people have said to me in the past that they feel like they're a projector because they are fatigued all the time. And first of all, I want to encourage you to take a look at your nutrition and actually your internal health in terms of or any kind of health actually, in terms of your sleep, what sleep you're getting, your nutrition, your food, your exercise, your diet, all of that stuff, because that needs to come first before anything else. But if you're a sacral being and you're fatigued, I want you to also look at how you are expending your energy in a way that lights you up, because you generate your own energy as a sacral being. So if you're doing what lights you up, you will have energy. So if you're a business owner, take a little bit of a stock around what you're doing in your business, right? So between 9 and 10 on Monday, I'm writing emails, and then next I'm having a client, and then next I'm doing this and that and everything. Take a look at what lights you up and what doesn't, and maybe see what you can do to mitigate the stuff that you don't like. Hire a VA or anything like that. Maybe, some people even just remove services altogether if they don't light them up. And just take a look at your life from that angle. And that will then open you up to being able to reclaim that energy and to be lit up by what you do. Another little tip for sacral beings as well is make sure that you know how well or what your evening routine should be with sleep, because each of the different types has a different sleep routine or evening routine in order to get to sleep. And I will do an episode on sleep for all the different types as well. In fact, I might even record that now. So yes, there we go. This is just a little bit to help you guys to start reclaiming your energy. If you're interested in talking a little bit more and diving a little bit deeper into your chart, then I can absolutely help you with the way that your energy flows in your chart. There's a lot of stuff in your chart around not just the sacral center, but the other motor centers as well. So your ego center, your emotional center, and your root. So these can really start depicting how much you're designed to move, how much you're designed to work, what kind of work you should be doing, whether it's in, one-to-one situations or group. And we can really start to put a practical plan in place for you that enables you to reclaim your energy. So take a look at the links below and come and have a reading with me. So thank you very much for tuning in to Simple Human Design again. I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm so happy you're learning all about the human design system with me. Thank you. Take care.